So the deficiencies is number 2. Then what's number 3?
And the third is hormone balance.
Hormone balance.
Hormone balance. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. So red blood cells and hemoglobin, these are what transferred. Think of a red blood cell as a tennis ball, and hemoglobin is kind of a fluid that's inside the tennis ball. It's inside that fluid that oxygen's bound, right? So if you're low on red blood cells, or you're low on that type of fluid, your body is not transporting oxygen well. So you're tired.
Back to oxygen again.
Back to oxygen. That's why hormone balance leads to positive, healthy levels of red blood cells.
How do you balance hormone?
So you look at your, most physicians can pull a hormone panel. And in men, you want to look at testosterone, free testosterone, something called luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, a protein called sex hormone, binding globulin, but a standard hormone panel that most physicians are very familiar with. And you look at this hormone panel, and when your hormone levels are low, if you talk about male hormone, testosterone is low. We have this myth around testosterone that its primary role is male characteristics, which it's not. It's not facial hair or aggression or deep voice or muscles. The primary role of testosterone in men and women is to put pressure on the bone marrow to make more red blood cells. In other words, it's called erythropoiesis. You show me somebody that's deficient in testosterone, I'll show you somebody that's deficient in red blood cells and hemoglobin. So what happens as we age is our hormones start to drop, and as our hormones drop, our blood counts follow. As our blood counts follow, the oxygen chases that, and as the oxygen and all of these things get suppressed, we're susceptible to all forms of pathology and disease. And there are ways that competent physicians can raise testosterone without hormone therapy, and there are ways that you can raise it by taking bioidentical hormone therapy. I'm a fan of both, depending on what your labs say.
And hormones for men and women, yes?
Hormones for men and women. And with women, the ratio of hormones is more important than the levels. If you look at a standard woman and as she goes through a menstrual cycle, it's perfectly normal for estrogen to be in the 400s. It's perfectly normal for it to be in the teens. Progesterone also cycles. So, we can't really use these numbers, these levels, to determine whether or not they're deficient. We have to look at the ratio of these things. The body has a certain balance that it tries to stay in. So if we just get information from our blood and we have data, and I go, here are my deficiencies, here's where my hormones are off, and here's where I need to control my blood sugar. Just simple amounts of data. We don't even have to make major lifestyle shifts in order to correct the things that are going to steal years from our life, right? And not only years from our life, but years from the healthy portion of our life, right? God put us on this earth to thrive. We were meant to have the energy of tigers, the libido of a wild bear. We were meant to sleep like babies. We were meant to have a healthy response to exercise, not weight gain, not water retention, not brain fog. We were meant to have clean, clear cognitive function and, high levels of waking energy. And most of the people listening to this podcast right now, I promise you, Eric, they're walking around at about 50 to 55% of their true state of normal. They have forgotten what normal feels because they have no data on their body, and they are supplementing for the sake of supplementing, not for deficiency. So they're throwing things against the wall. They may be perfectly good supplements. When I hear a lot of companies talk about their supplements, I go, I am a huge fan of the supplement that you produce. The question is, does your body need it? The caliber of your manufacturing, the source of your raw materials, the science behind your product, the cleanliness, or the FDA inspected facility that you do it in, and all these GMP certified protocols, that is phenomenal. Does the body need it? And if it does, now you've matched excellence with a deficiency, and people can thrive.